What is up, everybody? Sean here with Triangle of Truth. I'm back with my haul for this week. Now, I do have my comics as always, but I do have one special thing here at the end that I will show. I was super happy to find this at Walmart, so when I pull it up at the end, it's another pop, just so you know, but it's a big one, so I can't wait for y'all to see it. Anyways, let's jump right into the haul. So this first comic is one where I actually read the Zero on Comixology because it was one of the free issues, and it just sounded kind of interesting, you know, based on the cover. So when this popped up on a live sale recently with my local comic shop, I had to get it. And this is from Aspen Comics. It's called Executive Assistant Iris #1. Super excited to read this because I thought the number 0 was great. Essentially, it's about an assassin that works for a major corporation, and she is labeled as the executive assistant. She does his bidding, whether it's she kills somebody, bribes, blackmails, whatever it is to get the business to go the way her boss wants. So that's kind of how it starts. And researching this more, there's like 4 volumes. So if I end up liking this #1, I'm not going to look around for more of the single issues. I'm just going to go ahead and start collecting the trades as I can find them. So yeah, if you have read this, the entire series, just, you know, let me know thumbs up or down in the comments. If not, I will be sure as I read this to do a review and let you guys know what I think of it. Alright, so now we are into the new news. I actually have some good gambles in here this week that was picked out for me by everyone at the comic store. So I'm excited for those, and we're actually going to start off with one of those, and it's from Aftershock, which it's not really a gamble when it's Aftershock because they're so good. But this is definitely, it's called Out of Body #1 from Aftershock. Pretty cool. Super excited to read it just based on the cover. I don't know what it's about. That's why they're called gamble picks. So if it ends up being pretty good, hopefully I'll do a review on it for you guys. If anybody has already picked this up and read it, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. This next one is a #4. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't read any of this series yet, you are missing out. And this is Stray Dogs #4. Hopefully it's not too shiny on the camera for you guys. But this series has been nothing short of amazing. Issue 3, we will not talk about the last couple of panels because it just gets you in your feelings. And for those who have read this, you know. And if you own a dog, you probably hugged your dog after reading those last couple of pages. That's all I'm going to say about it. But so far it's been amazing. These variant covers that are done after various horror movies have been super cool. That's what we're collecting. But yeah, super awesome series. You know, to see what a murder thriller is like through the eyes of a dog instead of a human has actually been really cool and really eye-opening as to maybe how an animal might actually see the world compared to what we do. Alright, moving along. This is from, I think, Behemoth Comics. I read the #1 a little while back, and it was very trippy for me. A little hard to follow along, but it was super good. And it was all in black and white. But this is called You Promised Me Darkness, #2. And like I said, #1 was really trippy, but the storyline of it, I think, will start to make sense more as I get into this book. But awesome artwork, even for just being in black and white. And, you know, if you're into that kind of just abstract, you know, out-of-body, spiritual kind of thing, hopefully I'm using the right adjectives here, you will definitely like these books. So definitely check them out. Alright, the next one is one of my next gamble picks from AWA Upshot, and this is called Moths. Again, don't know what it's going to be about. Super dope cover though. J. Michael Straczynski, great writer. I have definitely liked his previous work that I have read, so I have a feeling that I'm going to like this one as well. So I'm definitely excited to check it out. Alright, moving along, we got a #4. It's one of the best series, again, going on for this year from Scott Snyder and Image. It's Noctera #4. For those who are reading the series, you know how good it is. I've enjoyed it so far. and I look forward to just getting it. I think they're coming out like every other week or so. So, well, they might be every week, but because I only pick up my comics every other week. But it seems like pretty much every time I go, I get to read, so I get to continue the story, and it's really nice. All right, this next one is from DC's Black Label. And if I understand right, the Black Label stuff is generally a little darker, a little more adult-oriented, so I'm excited to read it. Not to mention it's by James Tynion IV, and I've read a lot of his stuff over the last couple of years, and literally it's one of those, everything he's done has been kicking butt. So I'm excited to read it. And this is called The Nice House on the Lake, Book 1 from DC Black Label. Definitely excited to read it. It looks cool just based on the cover. And if it's a horror comic, I know I'm going to like it. And it's definitely something different for DC. So I'm really curious to see what it's like. So moving along, we have another DC book. And I will say, at least for me, this is one of the coolest covers in the series so far out of the 6 issues. This is DC's Crime Syndicate, number 4 of 6. Loving the Green Lantern thing. Super awesome. Excited. Been a great series so far. If you haven't read it, if you can, try to go find number 1, at least get into the series, and then wait for the trade if you can't find the other issues. If your shop does have all the back issues, grab number 1. If you like it, then grab all the others if you're a single issue kind of person. But it is definitely worth the investment of your time in reading. Alright, this next one, you all know I love this stuff. It's from Dark Horse. It's the Orville. It's a part 2 of 2, Digressions. If you remember my last haul video, I pulled out number 1 of this. I love that they do these little 2-parters. And they give you a little more of a story than a single issue holds. And then the next 2 are a different story, and so on and so forth. But I'm a huge Orville fan, so having this to hold me over at least until Seth is able to get the TV show back and going is great. So if you're a fan of the show, you will be a fan of the comics. Just trust me, they don't do anything to make the world any odd or anything like that. They do very well keeping it set within what the TV universe has already established. So it's at least feels like it's in canon, if that makes sense. Alrighty, moving along, we have another one from, not really sure, Volt. Alright, this is called the Blue Flame Adventure Magazine, first issue. This, I think, is probably one of the bigger gambles this week. I don't really know what it's about at all. Cover looks super dope, so I am actually very excited to read this. And again, hopefully it's one of those, if I like it enough, we'll review it up on the channel and keep going from there. Alright, so this next one, it's been on hiatus for a little while, understandably. I mean, they did 15 issues, but it's back. It's my favorite, and it is Something is Killing the Children. And I got a cool variant cover this week. That was really nice. So, you know me, I don't need to say anything. This is probably the best comic series of all time for me. It was certainly the best one I read in 2020, and it still has not let me down so far in 2021. Alright, and last but not least of my haul. This, for me, is the biggest gamble. It's from Image, and it is called Made in Korea. Not entirely sure what it was about. I remember seeing Image promote it quite a bit, and I was just I was on the fence about it. I wasn't really sure. So that's one of those where it's a good thing that they stuck it in my box for me, just as a gamble, because I might not have otherwise picked it up, and who knows, I may read it and end up being like, wow, okay, I certainly underestimated the book, and I definitely hope that's what happens. Because I definitely don't like buying bad comics. And that's only ever happened a handful of times. Alright, the very last thing. Like I said, this is something we found at Walmart. Super happy. It's a 10-inch pop from Jurassic World, and it is blue. Check him out. Love him. Love him. You love Velociraptors. I love Velociraptors. We all love Velociraptors. It was super cool to see this. It was one of those you had to get it when you saw it. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be there next time. So we grabbed it. Not to mention, in our vast collection of stuff that you see here. There's actually a bunch of stuff off camera that's also that you don't see, plus around other parts of the house. We don't actually really have a dinosaur pop. So this made sense to, not only because it was cool looking, but to, you know, add and give us something a little different flavor-wise in this huge collection that has been amassed. So yeah, that is my haul for this week, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys got from your local comic shops, what you got, you know, elsewhere, you know, pop-wise. Did you get some, you know, a manga, a new anime DVD? Let me know in the comments, because I always love to hear from you guys. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.